Here.
Oh, have you done
What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of the Moose Milk Podcast. This is episode 124, and we're together.
We are together.
We are together.
We are together.
Let's show this. Episode 124. Ahsoka 1 to 3. I'm your host Ryan. This is Matthew.
Hi, I'm here.
And he's here. He's at my house.
That's fun, right?
Yeah. Sorry about not having an episode last week. I was very tired. Yeah, I flipped from nights to days, and then it kicked my ass. So that's my fault.
It happens.
I'm sorry.
Forgive me. We still did like a little mini live on my Instagram.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes, but still, it was good.
Yeah, no, I mean, nothing, man. I mean, we went to Fan Expo last week.
We did. It was very fun.
And then I went back to work while Matt was still on vacay.
Yep, very true. I got a sweet tattoo tonight. I'd show you all, but it's impossible because I can't. But this is what it looks like.
It's very rad.
I'm quite a big fan of it.
But currently, it's bleeding down his leg, so he can't really show you.
I can't really show you. It's wrapped in cellophane and bleeding down my leg. So it's always good.
Wow.
It's good.
Which is the way we christen the garage. We just let Matt bleed all over it.
I bled everywhere.
Perfect.
It's really nice.
But
because we're in the garage. This is the first time you've been in the garage for the show.
This is the first time I've been in my garage. As you can see, my Texans flag in behind me.
Go football!
Some lighting and shit.
Ooh, lighting and shit. There's a little projector. We were watching some wrestling on there.
Yeah, a little projector. It's nothing too fancy, but it will do for football season, which starts next weekend. So, hell yeah. My Texans are going to be terrible again, but fuck yeah.
It's okay.
But yeah, how was your week? How was vacation?
Vacation has been lovely. I go home tomorrow afternoon. I spent the first Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Toronto with Ryan, and we were at Fan Expo, which was a lot of fun. Got to meet Morning Wolf Customs and Toying Around and his posse.
It was awesome.
It was very cool. We went to a cool arcade bar, which was so fucking dope.
Tilt Arcade in Toronto.
You're there. I think there's one in London too.
There is one in London.
Check it out.
Brett just sent me a link earlier today. He's like, we should go to London one day and go. And I was like, fuck yeah. Tilt Arcade, it's really, really great. Like $10 entrance fee, and everything inside is free. So
and you don't have to drink. Like if you a lot of places will be like two drink minimum. Like there's no minimums. You're not obligated to buy food or drink, but it's there if you want it.
And I think after 8 o'clock, it's adults only. Like because it's a bar, so like they let kids in during the day, but after like I think 8 or 9 o'clock, it's adults only. So you don't have to worry about a bunch of little kids running around.
Yeah. And it's like arcades and pinball machines and like emulators. Yeah, SNES, like Nintendo, 64. And 64.
Yep.
It's sick, man. It's so cool. And skee ball and just fucking really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun. I think that was my favorite thing we did.
Yeah.
I think it was really fucking cool.
And Morning Wolf joined us there.
Joined us there.
It was cool. We played some GoldenEye on N64 and some Mario Kart, and it was
fucking mines.
Proximity mines. So good.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So if you're in Toronto, definitely check it out. It's an awesome place.
Yeah, it is really.
We went out for dinner a couple nights and had some awesome at El Rey Mexican bar. We had some tacos, which is I really recommend that place as well.
Yep, very tasty.
It's in Kensington Market.
Yep.
And then we went to Italy Italian restaurant.
Yeah, it was good.
Really good.
Yeah, it was great. It was very fun. So after I got done that, Ryan gracefully handed me over to Craig as my other best friend, and got to go and hang out with him at his place for like a few days. And I'm not like a big drinker, but Craig is, and
you got fucked up,
man. Not only did I get fucked up, I got super sunburned too. Like I'm peeling. My whole back is like fucking.
Well, if you're outside all day, man.
We were outside all fucking day. It was crazy. I mean, it was so cool. It was like quiet, and very peaceful, and he has a pool, and the kids were gone, and his wife was gone. It was just us, and lots of chota jokes, and lots of
That's what it would be.
Just good times. Lots of drinking, lots of smoking, and
it's good. Man. That's what vacation's all about.
Yep. And then I got to Windsor, Wednesday. And Windsor's been chill, man. I haven't really done much here. I saw Mike last night, my other buddy Mike, and I just hung out with my mom, met her new boyfriend, and it's been a good chill week. It was nice to like end the week with like
Chill
like
days.
downtime. Yeah, like our days we were together, we had some downtime, but it was a lot of like lots of walking.
Yeah, we were
pretty actively moving around a lot, right? I guess that's what happens when you're in Toronto. And then when I got to Craig's, it was like
not moving,
but like excessive drinking.
Yeah,
and it was like we were together like the whole. So it's like I was barely on my phone. Like, feel like I've missed so much this week, but it's good. It was all for a good cause. So.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm glad you could fly down, and I'm glad we got 4 days together. That was
man. It was very
awesome.
fun. It was very, very fun.
And,
I had a great time.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Fan Expo, even though like we were only there a couple hours a day. It was
that's enough.
Yeah, it's more than enough, and like we got to see a lot of like cool cosplay and
all the cool Star Wars props we took pictures with.
Yep. There's a bunch of photos on my Instagram if you guys want to check that out at Moosmilk Media.
I'm gonna post as well on my IG, I think tomorrow. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah,
there should be some pictures, and I just have my week, and lots of stuff we did at Fan Expo. So
yeah, no, and I don't know, like anybody that hasn't gone to Fan Expo, I definitely recommend it. I mean, it's a little pricey, and it's gonna cost you, if you're not from the area, a good chunk of change to stay somewhere, but it's a lot of fun, and Toronto's a great city to explore and check things out. And
Toronto's a wonderful city for that. There's lots to do. But speaking of lots to do, we also went and seen Oppenheimer. We did go and see Oppenheimer
together in Toronto.
Together, we cuddled
and held hands, and I purred like a kitten, I guess.
He did.
What were your thoughts on Oppenheimer? We've talked about it together, but
I liked it. As terrible as it sounds, I really wish there was more like bomb. It's not like I wanted to see someone get bombed, but it's just like the way he, like Christopher Nolan talked about it, and like we talked about like recreating that bomb, all not with practical effects and stuff. I thought we were gonna see something like, especially because everyone's like, oh, you gotta see it in IMAX and whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, even seeing it in IMAX, which we did, like, it's not like it wasn't cool. There was like one scene where it was like kind of cool. The story's really cool. It's hard because it's like, it's kind of like a long dragged out story about like kind of like a terrible person, and like,
well, he's not terrible necessarily.
No, I know, but I mean,
it's hard because when you're talking about something that actually happened, obviously, like, it's hard. You don't want to see people die and whatever, but the movie was so dialogue driven that like it's a long movie. It's 3 hours, and it's 95% dialogue. Like, and so to me, it could have been shaken up with a little more action with the bombs and everything like that. And like really going into, I mean, this is brief spoilers, I guess, for Oppenheimer. I'm sorry, but like, it's a factual event that happened 100 years ago. So fuck.
You kind of know what's going to happen if you know what's up.
Yeah. But it needed to end with like them dropping the bombs on Japan and everything like that. And that they left that part out, and it's just talked about, but it's not showing.
Yeah.
I felt was like kind of like a letdown of like all this like build up to them dropping the bomb, and you don't really ever get to see the bomb necessarily. That you see the test bomb that goes off, but to me personally, like it was good. It's a really well made and like interesting topic of a movie, but like I wouldn't watch it again. It's too long.
I don't think I would watch it again either. I did enjoy it, but yes, it was long for like just a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
And it was interesting for sure, especially because like I don't really know the story behind it. So but I
mean, Oppenheimer was doing what basically like needed to be done.
Right.
And like the movie makes him out to be kind of a nice guy that's kind of put in a rough situation.
But isn't he like a womanizer, and like
in real life he was kind of more of a dickhead than I think they let on from what I've read about him. Like last podcast on the left did a fantastic like 5-part podcast on the Manhattan Project. I recommend that highly if you really want to get into like the minutia of everything that went on. But they were put in a rough situation because they knew that that the Germans were working on a bomb as well, and they were worried that if Germany got through the bomb first, they were going to drop it on the US and millions of people would die. So it was kind of this like rat race of who's going to get to the bomb first. And even though there was the moral dilemma of using it, it was what they felt had to be done to end the war, basically.
Right.
And then the repercussions of that, of like, he feels guilty that he bombed all these people, but like, basically he was told like, we need to do this or we're gonna die. So, I don't know. I think the movie's good, but like, if I was to like rank the Nolan movies, and I know you're like not that type of guy where you're like a director follower or whatever.
Person,
but I think it's near the bottom for me personally of Nolan movies. Like, I think it's a really well made movie, but it's one that for me has no like review potential. Like, I love, you know, Memento, and I love Interstellar and Inception and the Dark Knight trilogy. I wasn't huge on Dunkirk, and this movie is like similar to Dunkirk, where I'm not super like war movie guy or a battle movie guy, and like Dunkirk didn't do much for me at all, and this is just like in a similar vein of like, it's interesting for the history standpoint, but like it's a long drawn out movie.
It's a lot of dialogue.
It's
a lot of dialogue.
I don't know. I wish he'd go back to making like something different, like a sci-fi pick or something like that. Like, I think Tenet was fine, but it was very hard to follow, I think, at times. So yeah, I don't know. I think he should just go back to do something different. I think, I don't know. To me, the war stuff.
Does he have another project lined up already or no?
He's not talking about it because of the strikes.
Oh yeah. So that makes sense.
There's rumors that he has something planned, but I mean, same with Tarantino, right? Like, Tarantino's next movie is supposed to be his last movie.
Yes.
And nobody knows exactly what he's doing. Right. So I don't know, but yeah, other than that, so we saw Oppenheimer.
We did see Oppenheimer.
Anything else that you've been watching that you want to get into?
I also watched
Diggs by the way.
Diggs BW.
What up? How's it going?
BTW 7. What up, man? I also watched I didn't watch a lot, but on the flight into Toronto, I watched Blackberry.
Right.
With Glenn Howerton.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I fucking loved it. It was awesome. I mean, aside from being a cool like story, I didn't know the story of Blackberry. So like getting to like hear that story, and then like the movie was like a lot of fun. What's his name? Jay
Baruchel.
Yeah. He was freaking great as kind of like the nerdy kind of lead guy at Blackberry, and it was great, man. I liked it a lot. So I would actually watch it again. I quite enjoyed it. So it was funny and it was interesting, and it's cool. It's cool to like.
Well, it's cool because it's Canadian too, and it's like right by Windsor.
Yeah, that's right. It's
and in a way that like not many movies include Canadian content like in any real way. Like we're very much like an untapped market for, you know, a set place in a movie or anything like that. Like you know, some movies are shot in Toronto and stuff like that, but they always it's LA, it's New York, it's not it's never Toronto. So it's cool when something like actually takes place where you're from. Like I think I was telling you, but maybe not. The Amazing Race Canada was just like a couple episodes ago, took place in Windsor.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Leg of the race, and like it's just really cool to see. It's like, oh, it's my hometown and the stuff I recognize, and like I don't know, just because we never get that, it's a cool thing. But
totally.
I'm glad you liked it. I thought Blackberry was really well done.
Yeah, it was great.
Glenn's
it was really
great
fun.
So recommend that for sure.
Yep. And then other than that, I don't think I've actually watched anything. I've been trying.
A lot of wrestling.
We did watch a lot of wrestling
in Toronto every night. We ended the night with our wrestling.
Some wrestling, yep. I can't remember what we watched. We watched Survivor Series 2002. No, 2000. No,
I don't remember. I think 98.
98.
I don't know. We watched like 3 or 4 like old.
We watched the Royal Rumble. We watched the.
I fell asleep every night. It was great.
You fell asleep every night. I watched them and they were great.
Yeah.
It was very fun. But I think other than that, I haven't watched anything. This week has just been trying to catch up on my shows my YouTube shows that I'm behind on, and my podcasts that I listen to. So I've just been trying to catch up on that. But
I do want to call out. I watched a 32 episode YouTube series. It's a documentary called Psychodyssey, which is based on now I'm gonna forget what I'm called. Double Fine's sequel to what the fuck is that name now? Of course I forget
Oh, sorry, I just did this.
Oh, did you? I liked
I
it.
just realized the microphone's on.
Yeah, it's kind of in the way, but it's not.
Works.
Fuck. Of course, I forget what I'm talking about as soon as I start
course.
talking about it because
Of course.
I'm fucking the worst.
The man.
Miss
Miss Mullins, she's the man.
What's that from?
That's from School of Rock.
Oh, I've only seen it like twice, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, come on.
But it's basically what I'm talking about. Of like, I wish, like we got like behind the scenes documentaries about things, and like I was saying that a couple of episodes ago of how like I think the music industry could really benefit from like behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is like all about the making of a video game, and it goes really. It's like 26-hour documentary basically.
Jesus.
It was filmed over 7 years and follows the entire like from beginning to end of like making a video game, how they got developed, the art, the like turmoil and behind the scenes. And then it goes into like budget and like funding and like worried about like, oh, we don't have enough money to make this game. And like it really shows like the turmoil behind the scenes of like crunch in the video game industry. And yeah, it's just really fascinating, and it's long, but like it's like I said, broken up into 32 episodes, so you can watch a bit at a time. It's all free on YouTube, on the Double Fine YouTube channel.
Double Fine? That's what it's called?
Yeah. Psychonauts 2 is the video game that they're making, but I'm not a Double Fine, like that's the developer of the game. I'm not a fan. Like I've never played Psychonauts 1 or 2. You don't need to be a fan of the particular games they make. It's just cool from a video game fan standpoint of seeing how the cookie's made, you know?
Yeah. The cookies. Oh, I like that.
But yeah. So I really recommend that. And then other than that, What We Do in the Shadows just ended.
Nice. Was it good?
Yeah, it was a solid season. There's some great episodes in it.
Nice.
Season 5, I think. So
nice.
That just ended on Thursday, I think. And that's basically it.
Okay.
Because we were gone for 4 days, and I didn't really watch much. I just started playing Starfield.
Oh yeah.
I'm only like I started yesterday. It's like I'm like an hour in. I'm not far enough in to really have any talks or opinions on it. I'm gonna try to play
next week.
6 or 7 hours tonight, maybe.
After next week. We have to do next week on Sunday.
That's fine.
This is a professional show.
Yeah, we
figured this out while we're on.
We know what we're doing
on the stream.
It's only 2 years into the fucker.
Also, did you see how we both did that at the same time? We both went forward.
I had to get my drink, but
I just had to adjust my shirt because I have my sunburn. It's itching because my skin's falling off.
Fair enough. I like all the dead skin on my couch, so
yeah. Well, I'm gonna make sure that I empty my shirt when I leave.
Good. I'm gonna clone you.
Clone me.
I don't know.
We were talking about you have more of an opinion next week.
Oh yeah, Starfield.
Starfield.
I'll talk about it more next week. I'll hopefully play like a good 10 out of 15 hours over the next couple of days. And from reviews, it seems like it's a mixed review of the game. It seems like people are a little down on the beginning, but it gets better as it goes. But I'll form my own opinions as I play it. But nice. I'm a big Bethesda fan, so
what's that?
The developer, they made Fallout and Elder Scrolls Skyrim, stuff like that. But more info next week. But I decided not to stream it because I just want to enjoy it, and I don't want to make video games work. Yeah, especially when I'm excited for it. So
I get it.
Video games are my fun hobby. I don't want to make it into work, but what can you do?
I get it.
I'll probably stream Spider-Man in October, but
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
It goes along with what else is on the channel too.
Yeah, right? Totally. Did you see all the Marvel delays for the shows?
I don't think I did.
So it sounds like Echo is going to come out in January, February now.
It is?
Yep. Weird. And Agatha is getting another name change.
Now what is it?
I can't remember.
Is it like Scarlet Witch, the Agatha story?
That would be interesting, but
they're like, we need a recognizable character.
It's also getting delayed into sometime next year.
Damn.
I'm going to see if I can find the article really quick that talked about it. But yeah, it sounds like everything's going to get pushed. Like it doesn't sound like pretty much anything's coming out.
Damn.
That isn't already like ready to go. Like Loki is still coming out from
October 6th.
Yeah. But I'm seeing if I can fucking find the article, but of course I can't when I need it.
When you need it, it's not there for you.
But yeah, it sounds like next year is gonna be pretty rough for new stuff.
Pretty scarce.
Yeah. So here we go.
X-Men 97, I heard moved till next year, right?
Yeah.
March?
So shifted the dates for Agatha. It's now called the Darkhold Diaries.
Oh, so
terrible name.
Recognizable from the Darkhold from.
It's still a really bad name.
I agree. But I mean, Agatha is not that exciting either.
So. No. Echo, What If, second season, and X-Men 97 are all getting shifted. Loki's second season appears to be saved for October 6th. Marvel's What If is set to arrive sometime next year. Blah, 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 blah. Echo, which is a spinoff of Hawkeye, was supposed to be released November 29th, but it now is stated to drop in January. And X-Men 97, sources claim the show is retro and the second season is already in the works, but it probably won't come until early 2024. And Agatha Darkhold Diaries, blah, 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 will now hit Disney fall 2024. So,
to be honest with you, I'm not really excited for any of those things except X-Men.
Same.
Everything else, like Agatha, Echo, and What If, all of those, I'm kind of just like, meh.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't think any of them are going to be good.
I'm sure even if whether they're good or not, they're just not exciting. It's exactly what I was talking about, I think it was a couple weeks ago when I said, like, they need to get rid of, like, like they have all these stories they want to tell, but it's like you need to focus on, like, when you focus on like C-list characters or D-list characters, like no one fucking gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want an Ironheart story. I don't want a fucking Echo story. I don't want an Agatha story. Like, give me something I want. Like, at this point, stop scraping the bottom of the barrel and give us some good shit.
Like the X-Men.
Which
is all we've wanted for fucking years.
Yep. By the time they give us X-Men, no one's going to give a shit anymore. That's going to be the problem.
I'll be dead by 2079 when we finally get an X-Men movie. But yeah, no, I agree with you totally. And I think this is Disney realizing that, like, what they're doing isn't working. Like, from already, they're talking that the Ahsoka viewership is low.
Is it? That's too bad.
It's on par with Andor, but like it's nowhere near what Obi-Wan or Mandalorian is.
Yeah, I mean, I get that with Mandalorian. I'm excited to talk Ahsoka with you because there's a few things I want to ask you. Neil's here. Hi, Neil.
Only like 600 more interesting Marvel characters out there that you listed out there than the. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
Yeah. Hi, Neil.
What up, Neil?
We're here.
We're here together.
Come hang out.
Yeah. Why aren't you here?
Yeah. Get over here.
Jerk.
Dick. We can watch Barbie together.
Yeah, Neil would love that. Yeah, Barbie's still making fucking.
Yeah, man, it's banking. Shit's fucking good. That's why.
I can't believe that movie's still making money and like
it's
like second and third place still. Like 6 weeks later, it's fucking nuts.
It's awesome. It's great. It's very.
Everything else is just bombing.
Yeah,
like bombing hard. Blue Beetle bombed.
I know, that's too bad because I heard Blue Beetle was actually pretty good.
I heard it was solid, but the Gran Turismo movie that nobody asked for bombed.
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah, totally.
As soon as I saw that was coming out, I'm like, who wants that?
Who wants that?
Who would want to see
Gran
that
Turismo movie? I don't understand.
I like how they keep like shoving down your face that it's based on true events. It's like every single time you see it, it's like based on real events.
I guess it is, but like the hand job game must be weak because followers didn't go up much since convention.
Hey Neil, fuck yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, true.
Most of the people that I gave hand jobs to, they ran away, and then they had to ask Ryan for a savior.
And everybody we talked to already knew who we were, basically. So
actually, we're basically the most popular podcast at Fan Expo.
It would be hard, but Matt got recognized at Fan Expo.
I did get recognized. Really cool. That was weird. I had my Customs by Matthew hat, and someone's like, "Hey, are you Customs by Matthew?"
No, I just wore the hat.
Yeah, nope. I just buy it from his merch store.
No, he was a really nice guy and recognized Matt.
Dork
Chocolate on YouTube. We don't know what is on his channel really.
No, I looked. It's like 3D sculpting and shit.
Cool. Really nice guy. Yeah. So we're standing at Fan Expo story time, and the guy recognizes Matt and is like, "Oh, I'm a big fan of your work. Like, you got me inspired to start doing my own stuff," and blah 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 blah.
It was very nice.
He was very, very kind, very, very nice guy, and he was like, "Would you mind actually recording something for me that to like pimp my channel kind of
I
thing.
can imagine that it is probably the worst thing you could ever watch.
I don't remember, but like,
because I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, kind of put Matt on the spot, which it was fine. He was very nice about it, but I was just like, fuck, we don't know what's on his channel. Like you're recommending his channel. It could be like the most racist, terrible thing ever.
It's like Hitler praise hour.
Exactly. The right wing fucking Trump pimping fucking hour. So but yeah, the guy was very nice.
He was very nice. And he messaged me after and he's like, thanks, man. Thanks for doing that.
What a kind guy. So Dork Chocolate on YouTube. Check out his channel.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, it, like I said, it was a fun time. And no, we didn't gain any followers, and it probably would have helped if we did an episode from Toronto last week.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, the thing is like,
I was so burnt. I just couldn't do it.
Like, okay, so it kind of is exactly like this podcast for me. It's like we got there and it's like, okay, we're gonna do all this stuff for our channels or whatever. And then we got there and I was just like, I just want to hang out with Ryan. Like,
yeah.
Like my wife said, like, she's like, you're not really posting a lot from the show. And I'm like, I'm just kind of enjoying the show. Like,
yeah.
Like I just want to hang. Like, you know, me and Ryan are like getting a chance to like hang out and like we're together and we're surrounded by nerd shit and like
we just had a good time.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I just don't want to whip out my phone and like, hey, here's a giant crowd of people and there's a, you know, Charlie Cox from far away. Like,
yeah. And again, like I didn't want to make something I enjoy work.
Yeah.
Like as fun as it is doing the podcast, it's easy. Like it's not a job to me because I just enjoy hanging out with Matt and talking to Matt every week. But when it was really good because there's a lot of gay stuff that was going on there, Neil. You just didn't see it. Yeah,
we were playing hand chicken.
I literally in that video, I rolled out of bed. Matt woke me up about 3 minutes before that, and he's like, "Hey, it's time to do the podcast." And I was literally half asleep, and I'm like, "I don't think I can do this." And he's like, "I don't think you can do this either."
So then basically we sat cross-legged from each other. We put our hands on each other's thighs, and then just start moving towards
the
penis, and then whoever stops like first loses, basically.
Yeah. But no, it would have helped if we did more probably from Toronto, but like
whatever.
Overall, I had fun, and that's
me too.
all that matters for me. Like,
me too.
I don't ever expect this podcast to do gangbusters, and
yeah, it's just a time. It's just a chance for us to get to connect, and that's what Fan Expo ended up being. It was like we were with each other, and it's like this is way more fun. Just hanging out and then fucking.
We got to meet a cool couple people, and like, I wouldn't know Neil if it wasn't for this podcast, and then like I'm glad that me and Neil talk outside of the podcast and recommend each other shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's sick.
I have a small little community that's built out of this that like I'm happy about, and like if I never make a penny from doing a podcast, like that's not what it was about in the first place. It was just
to
cool
hang out,
to talk to Matt every week. So
same.
The numbers can stay small. That's fine. I'm not going to cry about it. You know, I think I'm up to like 36 followers on YouTube.
He cried about it when he was sleeping.
Yeah,
we were in the hotel. He was like, "My numbers, they're not going up."
My pillow was soggy every morning, but that wasn't from tears. How do you feel about Ahsoka? Let's get into Ahsoka, and this is going to be spoilers for the first 3 episodes. So if you guys haven't watched,
let's add the tag. I'm going to add the tag.
We're just going to talk about it in very vague terms because I don't remember a lot of it. But
Ryan, I rewatched it. And then I watched the new one this week twice too.
I haven't rewatched this week, so I only watched it once.
Ahsoka.
I mean, my standpoint on it is that it's really good. Don't get me wrong. I feel like there's a bunch of characters that like if I had watched the animated shows, I'd have more appreciation for and understand better. Obviously that's how shit works. But like I'm enjoying it for what it is, and like I've already like really liked Sabine and I like the character work. I think they're all interesting characters. I like the Sith or whatever they are, Dark Jedi, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Yeah, we don't really know yet, right?
Yeah. I think it's a really solid show. I definitely feel like I'm missing a little bit of like characters, like exploration and knowledge in the show. But like, I like the characters, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, I hope it continues on. It's nice to see lightsabers again. It's nice to see like cool, fucking space shit going on and like all that stuff. Like I love that it has really nothing to do with the Skywalkers finally. Like kind of its own thing.
I mean, it is kind of Skywalker.
It is, but
because
it's
Ahsoka's a Skywalker apprentice. But I mean, yeah,
she's talking about it briefly, but it's
Yeah.
not like integral to the plot.
yes, I believe we are going to see Hayden Christensen in this.
I
I'm
do
pretty
too.
certain. And
I have a feeling it's gonna be the next episode, but
that'd be great. I'd love that.
a flashback.
Yeah, flashback would be great. I'd be good with a flashback. That'd be awesome. Be fun to see the two of them. Yeah, I mean, I do.
As someone who knows all this shit, all
Yes.
the rebel shit and everything. So
Yes, I was curious to your thoughts. Like, I was excited to talk to you about it when we got to Toronto, because that was, I was curious about somebody who has no attachment to these characters, and what you kind of think of it. I heard somebody say, I can't remember if it was Kevin, like if it was Toying Around's channel or if it was Weekly Planet, but I think someone said like they felt like the first 2 episodes kind of like gave you the integral information you needed for Rebels. And like, I think I agree with that mostly, but I do think that it relies pretty heavily on the knowledge of those characters to really make it impactful.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally
And
agree.
it's like, like I'm really digging Sabine. I like Sabine a lot.
So do I.
I think and I think the actor who's portraying her is great.
So do I.
I'm still not quite set on Hera yet. I mean, I like Hera, but I mean, I'm not sure if I'm buying what's her name, Mary
Elizabeth.
Mary, yeah. Isn't that Charlie's Day's wife?
No, that's. Did I say the wrong name? No,
Mary Elizabeth. Yeah, the name you said is right.
no, that's not Charlie's wife.
Oh, okay. I'm getting mixed up.
She's from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah. That's right.
And she did the what's that 80s horror movie that you were watching? That one of your channels recommended you, and you were like, "Oh, have you seen fucking I can't remember what it is." Brain. I wish she was in the remake of it.
The Thing?
The Thing. I think it was The Thing. I don't know. Anyway,
doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, I am liking her more after the 3rd episode, but the first 2 I wasn't like 100% sold on her. But I mean, I really like Sabine, so it works. And then I really liked in the 3rd episode we got some more Chopper, and then we got to meet Jason in live action now, which is really cool. That's Hera's son.
The Thing remake.
The Thing,
2011.
Yeah. So like I like that, but overall I'm really liking Ahsoka so far. Like you said, it's nice to have some lightsaber battles. Again, there are some things where I'm kind of like when Sabine got stabbed, and I was like,
that was my biggest complaint.
Okay, Obi-Wan didn't even get the lightsaber through him in episode 4 and he disappeared.
Yeah,
it didn't even touch him, and he's like, "Peace, motherfuckers, I give up."
I mean, maybe I'm like really dumb, but like me and Matt kind of talked about this in Toronto. It was like, as a kid watching that happen to Obi-Wan, I never understood really what happened there. I thought he like used some kind of powers to disappear and that he was going to come back in later movies. And then obviously that doesn't happen. He's dead, but I never understood why he kind of just ghosts, and it confused the shit out of me as a kid. And then watching this, you're seeing guys like get stabbed in the leg and dying.
Yeah.
And then she gets stabbed through the stomach and she's like fine. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like that was like my biggest, like, that's stupid moment. Why would you do that? But I love Sabine. Like, I think she's my favorite character in the show.
Sabine's great. I really like her so far. And like, I will say, I think Rosaria Dawson's doing a great job at Ahsoka. She's even playing a lot of the mannerisms of the animated show. Like, she kind of does this like look back and kind of like smirk, and it's like literally like ripped right from the screen. It's like, it's awesome. Like,
and the like when she was on their ship with her lightsaber and fucking up those
TIE fighter or whatever the ships were.
Yeah, the other ships, whatever. Like, she's cutting through their wings with the lightsaber and shit. I was like, man, this is awesome. Like, this is so cool. So yeah, Neil says, I like theory that the mysterious Sith guy is Starkiller from the Force Unleashed game. That'd be interesting to bring in like video game characters into this, because I don't really feel like they've ever really done that.
No, I don't think so yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing like Cal. Like Cal's got to show up somewhere.
I think so too.
Maybe not in this, but he does somewhere. I've heard a lot of different theories about what's that character's name. It doesn't matter.
This is the worst. we both have such bad memories that we like. Do a little research, guys, before you start fuck
No,
it.
I don't want to do that.
It's just two friends talking when we play the game.
Marek, there you go.
We can't remember anything.
Marek,
yes,
or something.
And
anyway,
you're saying the actor died, right? That plays him?
No, the actor that plays the gray-haired, like the older Jedi died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of different theories about the Sith, the Inquisitor-looking guy. I honestly just think he's just a dude. I don't think there's any grand secret to who he is. Like, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's probably Ezra. And I'm just like, it's not Ezra. Like, why would you waste such an awesome character like Ezra on something like that? And like, it wouldn't add that much to it. You'd have to explain how Ezra got there, but Thrawn didn't. Because, like, you know, wherever Thrawn ends up showing up, that's where Ezra's going to show up.
Yeah.
So I'm not buying that Ezra is now a bad guy. Yes, I know he's kind of danced with the dark side in Rebels, but like, I just don't see that happening. Another thing I heard somebody say was they thought maybe the the witch powers could like bring someone back to life, and they were like, maybe it's Kanan, who is Hera's, like, Jason's father,
yeah.
who died protecting the ghost team from like an explosion on Lothal. So spoilers. I mean, it's Rebels, it's old. But yeah, so like, I don't think I honestly just think he's just gonna be some dude, and like, I don't think it matters who he is. Again, like, why does everything have to be something, you know? Like,
Sure.
He's just a villain, and like, really, he's just like a third villain. Like, he's just like a, like the two Jedis tell him what to do, and he's just like a henchman, right? Like, if that was gonna be Ezra or is gonna be someone important, like, he wouldn't be like fucking taking like bitch orders. Like,
yeah,
if that was Ezra, he's fucking the king. He's the star of the show. So, but I've heard a lot of people who think it is Ezra, and I'm like, there's no way that's Ezra.
Well, like, how long do you think we're gonna be waiting for Ezra and Thrawn to come back into this? Like,
we can't wait that long. Do we know how many episodes it is?
I think it's 6, and like, so we're I don't know. I want to.
It seems like we're heading in the direction where they know where they're at. So I feel like it's got to be coming pretty soon.
Because if it's 6, like, it's got to be next episode.
Yeah.
Because if they hold this off to the finale, I'm gonna be so disappointed. I mean, I don't even know these characters, but I really want to see Thrawn and like, see some cool shit.
The thing is like, again, the people who have history.
8 episodes.
Okay.
So
maybe on the 4th one.
Yeah.
The thing is we know Thrawn's kind of the overhead bad guy because it's kind of been mentioned. So at this point, we know a guy named Thrawn is going to be a bad guy or a problem.
I really hope, like, if he gets introduced like now, that they don't kill him off by the end of the season. Like, I hope
they don't too. The thing is you could do a lot with Thrawn. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, have an overarching story of like really building up the character and really
kind of get away by the skin of his teeth.
Exactly.
This time, and then like
basically what they did with the original trilogy in Vader of like, oh, you're going to see several battles between these heroes and Thrawn and whoever of the Empire, and like, this is going to build and build and build, and then like arc into a 3rd season finale or whatever, where like they're going at it. And like,
so I think the rumor right now is that after this ends, we get another season of Mando, which ties into this, and then they do a movie to cap everything off. So it would be like, it would kind of cap off Mandalorian, Ahsoka, kind of the Rebel story. And I would assume that at that point, Thrawn would take the lead and be the main villain there, right? So I feel like Thrawn's probably likely to get out of this alive. But if they fucking get rid of him right away, that would be such a drag, because he's such a good, well-developed character. So
that, and like, I feel like Marvel's really bad at keeping their villains. They always kill them off by the end of the movie, and like, we don't get that like huge build like we got with Thanos, like into like a 25 movies later build. And like, I think that's like what made Vader such a great villain. And you had this build up, and like, why I was so disappointed with what they did with Darth Maul is like, all right, here's this awesome character. Oh, he's dead. All right, and I know he comes back.
Yeah, the thing is they rectified.
I know, but like, Maul, right? At the time they didn't.
Yeah, in both, in Clone Wars and in Rebels,
right?
His story ended up playing out great, but I mean, ultimately, he still ends up getting his ass whooped by Obi-Wan, who fucking kills him. So,
which is fine, but like, to me, like that should have been the trilogy, the prequel trilogy of like this is all building to a sweet Darth Maul thing, and the fact they killed him off in the first movie, I was like, well, that sucks. He was the coolest character. Well, other than Watto, of course, he was the coolest character in the first movie. But Annie, I was good to your mother.
On Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend this week, Liam Neeson was on it, and he talks about having to act with the tennis ball that turned out to be Watto.
That's great.
And he was like, yeah, it was so funny. He does like a little impression of him and stuff. It's so funny. He's like, what are you Jedi doing here?
Oh, the best character. Why wasn't there Watto figures at Fan Expo? Come on.
There was Watto figures.
I didn't see them.
There is.
If you would have pointed them out to me,
I didn't see them, but there's.
I would have bought them.
Neil says, I forgot Ray Stevenson died. Balin is so good so far. Yeah, he's amazing. I'm quite digging Blondie there too.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. I'm very curious how they're going to handle the Ray Stevenson thing. Like, did he film all his parts for the season, or
okay. No, it was finished filming by the time he died. He died after they filmed.
So, like, I wonder if he dies at the end anyway, and so they don't really have to handle it in any real way.
Or... I mean, the galaxy's huge. You don't have to necessarily see those guys come back, right?
No, but I think it'd be cool to see like him as like kind of the master of the chick. I can't think of her name, but
I can't either. Surprise.
Yeah, shocking. Him die and then her kind of take power under Thrawn.
Yeah.
Like I think them teaming up would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Then... Thrawn's not a Jedi.
No, I know.
He's just an Imperial.
I know, but like to see her like kind of team up with him as like her being like kind of like the Sith power type chick, and then him being just like an Imperial general or whatever. Yeah. Like I think that'd be a cool team up. And then like to me, like the arc should be like Sabine getting trained by Ahsoka, and then like sometime in the near future, like second season, third season, Ahsoka getting killed off and Sabine kind of being like the head dude. Because I think
that might be cool.
I think that'd be really cool. And then like Sabine having to like that's her like whole mission now is like Thrawn kills Ahsoka or something like that, and then she's like, no, I'm going after him. I'm gonna fuck this dude up, and like I don't know, something like that.
I don't see Ahsoka dying. I don't think. I mean, not in this or anything like.
Well, I'm thinking like second, third season or something like that, like down the line, but not in this season. I don't think either should die. I don't think anybody should die at the end of the season. Like I think they should really build this storyline.
I do too.
Have some cool shit happen, have some sweet fights happen, and really build that tension, but don't kill them.
Yeah.
But
it'd be interesting to see Ahsoka and Sabine against the two Dark Jedis. I'm hoping we get that.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be dope.
I hope it ends.
I know there's a point where Ahsoka and Balin meet, because I know there's a point where Balin says to her, Anakin spoke highly of you. Like I know there's a bit like that, right? So
yeah,
he obviously knew Anakin.
I want that like lightsaber battle like at the end of episode 1 where it's like, oh, we got a double team and like it's going and fucking
love them when they're double team.
I love a double team. No, I so far I'm really liking it, and like I said, like I really hope this builds and they keep expanding these characters and getting me that doesn't know these characters to love these characters, because like so far they're doing a good job. I like the little cat guy.
Oh, the little cat?
Yeah.
I like Chopper.
Chopper's
He's
cool.
A saucy little droid.
Yeah. I had to ask Matt about the cat thing, because I was like, is this cat thing like going to talk? Does it have a name? Like I thought because it came from like an animated series, it was going to be basically like Meowth from Pokemon, where it's going to have like a whole like blah, 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 and I was like, oh, this is going to be so weird in live action, but
nope,
just a cat, I guess.
It's just an animal.
Shame.
Yeah,
missed opportunity.
I know. Talking Charles, the Loath Cat.
Exactly. It's like, oh, Charles is at it again. He's like a little baby Yoda. He has a lightsaber. He fucking goes around. You know? I'm curious too how they're gonna tie in Grogu and the Mandalorian into all this stuff. Like if this is all tying together.
Well, yeah, I imagine what'll happen is at the end of this season, Thrawn will get away and like basically like grow his forces, and Ahsoka will go to Mando and be like, I need help.
Yeah.
And then Mando's like, I'm fucking there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I think by the end of this, you might even get that in an after credit.
Because they've already teased Grogu getting trained by Ahsoka.
Well, he got some training.
Yeah, but then
remember, Ahsoka didn't want to train him for some reason.
Right, remember? But now that she's training Sabine,
maybe she will.
She's starting to like think about like, okay, we need to rebuild some Jedi here.
I would love to get more Ahsoka and Luke, because I love that. The thought of that is cool. Like the fact that Luke's father was Ahsoka's master.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of fun to be had.
Interesting dynamic for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really don't want the Skywalkers involved, but if it has to be for whatever reason, then like cool, that's fine. But yeah, so far I'm really digging it, and like I said, I really hope it keeps on this path. And like I liked the first 2 episodes because they were longer episodes. I was disappointed the third one was so short.
Yeah, it was a bit short,
but it was solid for what it was. Like it went by quick, but it was good episode. So I would prefer them to be 45 minutes to an hour, but
maybe we'll go back to that.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm hoping we don't get the normal Marvel trend or the normal Disney trend of like a few dud episodes now in the middle.
Yeah. I hope they don't waste any time because there's not really time to waste.
So. Yeah. Like I really hope the next 3 episodes aren't like 25-minute fucking waste of time episodes. I hope this keeps building, but who knows? Who knows? Not me.
Well, there could be lots we can still get. We can get some Hayden Christensen Anakin. We can get some Tamara Morrison Old Man Rex or other clones. But I can very much imagine that we will also be getting Old Man Rex, Captain Rex in this, just because he and Ahsoka have that relationship. I mean, he has that relationship with the Ghost Crew as well. So,
well, you got to think this is going to bring in Ezra sooner than later, and that's going to be the next arc.
For
it's
sure.
Like them getting Ezra back. Yeah. How do they do that? Finding him, getting him, rescuing him. I don't know, whatever happened to him. Like, does he remember everything, or is there some kind of like amnesia, or like he didn't know what happened, or who knows? Whatever they want to do with that, and then like them building the arc back up of like them trying to find Thrawn and fighting Thrawn in the last couple episodes. But
for sure.
I don't know. It's good.
I'm liking it a lot.
It's not as good as Andor, but it's good.
Fair. That's fair. I don't know what I'm thinking right now.
Well, we got to see how it ends, I think, first too. But so far,
like, I really liked Andor.
I love it.
I thought it was just nice because it was very different, and it was. But right now, where we're at, I like it. I like the direction we're heading, and as long as we keep moving forward and we don't stall, I think we're in for a treat. So
better than Mandalorian season 3 so far.
I would agree with that.
Better than Obi-Wan. So. And better than
I think I would agree with all those statements. I think the only one that beats it is Andor.
Andor, maybe Mandalorian season 1, but
I'm sorry, Mando. Even I like season 2 as well.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but right now, very nice.
Very nice.
Big fan. What do you say? Neil says I want to see them bring in Quinlan Voss. They mentioned him in Obi-Wan. Yes, I'm wondering when that's going to happen as well. So hopefully soon.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Don't know who that is.
Quinlan Voss is a Jedi who I think they meet like after the clone or during the. I don't remember. I actually don't know his story, but I don't think he was part of the Jedi Order. I think he was like a rogue Jedi or something, and then they connected with him like after Order 66, I believe. Oh no,
you just fucking ruined everything.
Sorry.
Turn on the light. Now we're in the darkness.
But yeah, they did mention him in Obi-Wan, so that would be cool. So obviously he exists.
I like that they're building it and meshing it all together.
Me too.
I think that's a really cool thing.
Me too.
It's kind of what
as long as it's not feeling forced, I'm there.
Yeah, it's kind of what they did with MCU, right?
But again, like if Marek was or that Marek or whatever that Inquisitor dude is somebody, that would feel like forced to me. I don't feel like it needs to be anybody. It just can be a cool looking bad guy with a helmet on.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm always down for new characters. Like I don't think everything has to be somebody, but who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
Who knows? Only Ryan.
As long as it's good, that's all I care about. Like so far, I haven't really been upset with anything going on other than that lightsaber thing with Sabine.
That was annoying. But I mean, I'm glad Sabine didn't die.
Yeah, no, I didn't want her to die either. But
don't die, please. We like
don't stab her through the stomach, then like have her get dinged on the arm or something.
Cut off her arm.
No, exactly. Just gushing blood like fucking Kill Bill or something, where it's just like geysers of blood.
Neil said was star of the comic book series and was in Clone Wars. Yeah,
cool. I'm gonna watch that TMNT movie soon because it's out on digital now. So
TMNT. Oh, the movies.
Mutant Mayhem.
Yes.
So I'll probably
that's so quick.
Yeah, I don't know why it's out so quickly. I think like what, a month, maybe 2. I don't know. It feels like it just came out. But
I heard news that even though the movie's not doing great financially at the box office, apparently the toys from Playmates are like crushing it. Like apparently they're like hitting like record numbers.
Crazy.
So very cool.
Also, I forgot to mention with stuff I was watching, I did watch Robocop.
You did, that's right. I'd buy that for $1.
It was all right. I mean, look, not having the nostalgia tied into like an 80s movie makes it hard to go back to because it's so like cheesy at times.
Yeah.
I love like how violent and shit it was. Like I think that's awesome. I definitely hadn't seen it. Like I definitely had seen parts of it, but not the entire movie. I haven't seen either of the sequels, which I hear are both bad. So
I think the second one's not bad. The third one's really bad, but I think I'm gonna try to watch all of them.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think
before,
it's like hyper violent and like I haven't seen the remake. I'm gonna watch that at some point.
Oh yes,
just
I
to
want to
see
watch that too.
how it is.
I never saw the remake ever, so
I've heard it's not very good, but
I also heard that it's not very good.
We'll see. But no, Robocop was fun. I mean, it is definitely like an 80s film, but like
your move, creep.
Yeah, it's got some great parts and
it's got some great porno.
Very violent, which is awesome.
Yes, there's a lot of blood in
the movie. I mean, he got blasted apart by
the part where that guy gets the acid poured on him.
Yeah, that's great.
And then he gets hit by that car, and it's like his skin blows up like a fucking skin bag, fucking filled with mush. Like,
yeah, Robocop loves shooting perps in the dick. He sure does.
Oh it's great. That's great. That cut scene. That's awesome. Just everyone.
Right, I also watched The Exorcist, which I forgot to talk about, but
nice.
I love that movie, and the sequel comes out in like a month, so I'm very interested. Yeah, I love The Exorcist.
I don't love The Exorcist.
It's
of its time. I know
it's of its time for sure,
I know.
And it definitely has moments where I'm like, ooh, like that doesn't look great or that doesn't hold up well. But like for fucking whatever 1978 or whatever the fuck it is, it's pretty solid. It definitely has like some great scenes in it, and I'm excited to see what they do with the sequel, even though like it's basically doing what Halloween did and pretending all the
other ones don't
exist.
I actually thought it looked great. We saw the preview before Oppenheimer, and I was like, that was the first time I'd seen it, and I was like, yeah, I like that. That looks pretty fun.
And then they're making a third one next year, I think.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I'm interested to see that, and I know Saw 10 comes out in October as well, so I'll probably try to catch that as well. And
they won't delay Saw 10, right? Because of the strike?
Nah.
It's not like all the actors are like, oh my God, Saw 10.
No. But it's so, I mean, the trailer didn't sell me on it. And like the fact that it's like between Saw 2 and Saw 3, but it's called Saw 10 is just like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
interesting.
I don't know. It's a mess because Tobin Bell's back.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
And he dies in the end of 3. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a mess of a franchise, but I've always been a fan of it. So,
Saw 10. There's 10 of those
I know.
things?
How is there 10?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous.
But yeah, October has got some good stuff coming out. So that, and then Spider-Man 2 for
Saw Dune got pushed back. Oh, Saw Dune got pushed back. Yeah, that sucks.
Dune got pushed back till I think February or March next year.
Yeah, March. And then I think I thought I heard that they might move Captain Marvel to Dune's spot now. I thought I read that. Like I know it's not confirmed yet, but
I think they were at the same.
No, because Dune's November and Captain Marvel is December.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think December like 7th or something like that.
Oh, I thought they both came out in November.
I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. That's fine. I mean, I'm surprised Captain Marvel's still coming out.
Me too.
I thought for sure
it probably won't. But yeah, I'm bummed about that too because I'm very excited for Dune.
Dune 1 was awesome.
So. Yep, and Dune 2 trailer was rad.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely excited to see that. But there's not like a whole lot of like. I feel like this fall is kind of barren. Like,
but I think that's just because everything keeps moving.
Yeah, that's true. But like usually November and December are like fucking logjam. And yeah. I just don't feel like it's really like that this year. But
I feel like it hasn't been like that for like a couple years since before COVID.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like we went from getting like 5-6 releases a month to like one staple one and a couple extras that were like
and everything's flopping, so it doesn't help.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I agree.
Creator looks good. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that was didn't we see the trailer for that for Oppenheimer?
Maybe.
I think we did. It was like that fantasy kind of movie, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the one with the AI guy, right? The kid.
Right.
They're like, whoever has this weapon wins the war.
It looked okay. I wasn't like overly intrigued by it.
I thought it looked interesting.
Gareth Edwards is an interesting director because I liked what he did with Godzilla. I think he has like a cool style, but yeah, I don't know. The trailer didn't like blow me away or anything, but if it comes out on digital or anything like that, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah,
it's probably not something I'd see in theaters, but it's rare. Like Oppenheimer was great in theaters, but like
I don't feel like Oppenheimer needed to be in theaters. Once I saw it, I was like, I don't get it. Why did this need to be in IMAX?
I mean, that's Nolan though. Like Nolan loves to shoot on 70mm and like all that stuff. And
it's like, cool, let's watch a bunch of people at a table talking.
Yeah,
in IMAX.
But that's how I feel about like sitcoms and shit like that, where I'm like, I can watch a sitcom on my phone and it doesn't take away. Like you're just listening to the comedy of it. And like Oppenheimer, I could watch it on a big screen in my house and it would have been fine. I would prefer not to have
it here.
Yeah, exactly. But like I would have preferred not to watch it on my
70
phone.
mil, baby.
It's not 70mm, but the projector was $100. It's probably not even fucking 1080p. But no, like I don't know. I think a lot of movies now are just going to come to digital 2 weeks after. Like it's going to be so quick.
And no wonder all the box office stuff bombs.
Yeah.
Hey, don't see this for 2 weeks and you can fucking get it at home. Yeah.
Made think when it was over. Yeah, no, Oppenheimer does make you think, and like it is a good.
It made me think. There was a lot of talking in that movie.
You're not wrong, but like it is a good think piece of a movie, and it's a
good
piece of history. But like, it was way too long.
Yeah, it was long.
Movies have to stop being 3 hours long. I just can't do it.
Shit's long.
Give me a 2 hour to 2:30. I can handle that, but like 3 hours, by about 2 hours in, I'm like, fuck, when is this over? It's just too long.
It's too long. I can't hold my pee that long anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that.
Yeah, we're old now.
Old.
Yeah, no. Neil says, like, what if it wouldn't have been first to make a bomb, etc. Yeah, I like that alternate history, like, think piece. Like, that's why I loved the Wolfenstein games, is if, like, what if Germany won World War II? And, like, seeing, like, the modern Wolfenstein games, like, all the Nazi propaganda in the U.S., as if like the Germans were running the US and everything like that. Like, I think that kind of shit's really like interesting to think about. So yeah, like there is definitely like an alternate history version of World War II that if like Germany would have got the bomb first, how that would have affected the rest of the world. It would have been probably horrifying, but like, yeah, I love that kind of like alternate history takes, but it was a good movie, but like I said earlier in the podcast, like it's not something I'll probably ever watch again. Maybe once in the future if somebody else wanted to like sit down and see it. I check it out, but like it's not something that has replay value for me, like Interstellar, Inception, or the Dark Knight trilogy or anything like that. Memento is like one of my favorite films.
Yep.
It doesn't have replay value like those, in my opinion. But
yeah,
I gotta rewatch Tenet again because when I watched it, I was like, "What the fuck is happening in this movie?" So I got to rewatch it again. But
I heard Tenet was confusing.
Yeah, it is a very confusing movie. But next week, obviously, we'll be talking about Ahsoka 4. I don't know. We'll be doing it on Sunday.
I'm gonna try to watch Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is good.
Using my Apple TV so I can get that cool surround sound again.
Yeah, buddy. Terminator 2 is a good movie.
That's the goal.
It might be one of the best action movies ever made.
I would agree with that statement.
It's up there.
It's very good. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I want to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this week.
Nice.
I want to play like 20 hours of Starfield.
Nice.
So I can talk about that next week. Trying to think if there's anything else coming up that I wanted. Football is going to take over my life.
Football.
So Sundays
now.
Yeah, they don't say that, but Sunday will now be like 9 hours of football. So the podcast, I'll be very tired, but that's all right.
That's okay. You'll survive for 1 week.
Yep. Well, yeah, if we move back to Saturdays after that, but
yes, just next week because I have a wedding.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I forgot all about it. I was like, fuck.
So next week will be on a Sunday, and
on a Sunday
that will be it. That will be the podcast. Ahsoka 4.
You'll be a podcast.
In depth. If you're not already following us,
I'm gonna do it.
Follow us. I'm trying to talk slowly. There we go. At Moose Milk Media and at Customs by Matthew. Go on YouTube. Both our channels are there. You go to Instagram. Both our channels are there. You can grab the podcast on podcast services if you so choose. It should be available Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you find your podcast. Should be there. Search Moose Milk Media. We appreciate all of you for checking us out. And
true story.
Yeah, I hope everybody has a great week. It's nice to see this guy in person. And
it's very fun.
We probably won't have another one in person for another year or two, but
yeah,
maybe if I fly out to Vancouver, we can do one there. But yeah,
we'll be in the studio
when your studio is done. That's a date. We'll do that.
We'll christen the studio.
Yes, just like your skin is christening this couch.
Damn right. It's still on my shirt, but as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna rub my back on that fucking piece of wood over there.
It's like a bear on a tree.
Yep.
But thanks everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Peace.
Later.